at the 4th Antalya Diplomacy Forum, business leaders and ministers gathered to tackle some of today's most pressing global challenges. Among the key concerns for the global economy was how to navigate the impact of US President Trump's tariff policies, a topic that drew particular interest from Malaysian analysts. Emre Boz was on the ground covering the event.
We're here at the Antalya Diplomacy Forum, and joining me is Professor Faiz, the chairman of the Institute of International and Strategic Studies. Thank you for joining us today. And we would like to ask you, given this global environment of economic uncertainty, how is the Malaysian economy and what are its policies in response to growing isolation and protectionism, as we could see with Donald Trump's tariff policies?
Thank you for having me. First and foremost, Malaysian economy is doing very well. We are projected from easily 4.5 to 5.5 for this year. But as you know, with the Trump 2.0 tariffs, it has thrown a curveball, well, not just to Malaysia, but to almost the rest of the world, and particularly in relation to ASEAN member states as well. But Malaysia, while we regard this policy, which is, of course, now has got a 90-day so-called moratorium, is against the principle of the GATT and then eventually against the basic rules, what we call the rules-based system, even if you look at the World Trade Organization. But having said that, Malaysia is not panicking. Malaysia is not going to be hysterical or to, as they say, retaliate. We will act calmly. And we will have taken certain measures by, for example, calling in the respective ministers within the ASEAN member states to have a consensus-building situation on how to deal with this. The so-called percentage that's been given to Malaysia in relation to the tariffs, a big portion is exempted in relation to semiconductors, which is a huge part of what we have. But we have to factor in that there will be some negative effects. But as they say, the rule of the game here is to act calmly and not to act irrationally.
And given that we're here at the Antalya Diplomacy Forum, the emphasis on diplomacy and partnerships, how do you envision the future? Is it necessary to build partnerships given the environment of global economic uncertainty?
I think the Antalya Diplomacy Forum couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, it's been on for some time, but this is, in fact, one of the great moments where, coincidentally with the situation that's developing because of a breakdown in terms of multipolarity, in terms of multilateral trade, and in terms of the rules-based world order, I think this is an opportunity for countries who value the importance of free trade and observing the rules to state their position on how important it is not to go alone,